Well, Russia has long sought to determine the destiny of Ukraine. Under Soviet communism, as many as 4 million died of hunger when Moscow forced people from small holdings to disastrously inefficient collective farms. The bitterness remains to this day. And in a special report on the ordinary communities caught up in the struggle for Ukraine, Fergal Keane has been to Kharkiv, close to the Russian border, to meet some of the last survivors of the famine.
As the Kremlin's choirs praised Stalin, the world was told of a happy land.
And today it is above all the granary of Eastern Europe, with the black earth bringing forth millions of acres of wheat.
But 95-year-old Petro Mohelat knows what a lie that was. Forced collectivization of farms brought starvation and terror to his family.
It was very scary. There was a brigade with pitchforks who came to every house searching for bread. I was 5 at that time. We locked the door and all the windows, but they used crowbars to come inside. And then they went to all the barns trying to find any buried bread.
Food was seized to punish peasants who resisted collectivization. It's thought up to 4 million people died in what Ukraine calls the Holodomor, killing through hunger. Russia denies the famine was a deliberate attempt to break the independent spirit of Ukrainians. Alexandra Zaharova, aged 98, remembers the corpses of the starved.
What could I see? I saw people who died. They made a big pit and threw all the bodies there. My father went to Western Ukraine, taking everything good from our home to exchange for food. But he got nothing. You can say I had a life, but it was no life.
Great-grandson Stas has heard Oleksa's memories, as has his older brother Dmitro, who's serving in the Ukrainian army. Near the family home, there's a mass grave from the famine era. Stories of the famine are passed on within families from generation to generation. But it's also an important part of modern Ukraine's story of origin. This idea of a nation in the 1930s suffering the oppression of a dictatorship based in Moscow. This old steel door here? Yeah. Ukrainians who resisted ended up in places like this.
Some historians say 5,000 or 10,000 people was killed here in this basement.
Interrogation cells of the secret police in Kiev.
Was here.
I went there with the man who's creating a national record of what happened. It's just impossible to imagine what went through people's minds as they came through that door into this place.
Yeah, pain.
Investigation of Stalin's crimes has been suppressed in Russia. Dr. Drobovich sees a clear line between this and aggression towards Ukraine.
They protect Stalin, they hide truth, they attack us, they don't recognize us like independent country. Why? We don't understand why.
Perhaps because all in this conflict know the power of the weapon of memory. Fergal Keane, BBC News, Kharkiv.